Week 14 of the 2022 season. And we'll get a look here at Davis Mills. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Texans and the Cowboys, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Houston Texans and the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand here. CD, you look at the Texans in this matchup. The bottom line, there are not many defenses in the league that seem up to the task to slow down their ground game. But this might be one of them. And in everything that they have said and done this week, they feel confident that they're ready.
And I like how you set this whole thing up because it comes down to this to me. These first few carries, they're going to be exciting. They're going to be physical. They're going to be battles. Each side trying to establish control in this game.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Dak Prescott and Dallas taking the field for their first possession. Dak now in his 7th season in charge of the Cowboys. Two-time Pro Bowler.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
The numbers for Zeke from last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
On second down, Elliott once more. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. You get a look at their key inactives for this week's game. And Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff spot.
I agree because the postseason is on the line. So you've got to overcome the injuries and find a way to win. And the only way to do that, the guys available have to step up. What's that mantra in the NFL? Next man up. This is their opportunity.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Our first down throw for Mills. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
From the shotgun, it's Mills. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. That'll give them 8 that time, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Texans will take over. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week. 15 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
He's really been somewhat special to watch this season. It brings a real unique element to their offense. Even with defenses focusing on him all year, he still sits 4th in the league in yardage. Hard to come up with an answer for a back playing as well as he has been. They've got the work cut out for them in this one as he chases another big week.
Mills on 1st down. He goes underneath to Freeman. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call.
This is unbelievable.
So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team. But not in this case. They're just trying to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Off the play fake, Mills. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, here's Mills. And that's complete to Cooks. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. First and 10, it's Pierce. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Mills to throw it. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. He tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Once more, it's Pierce. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Working out of the gun, Mills. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dameon Pierce, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Texans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Dameon Pierce capped things off with a touchdown grab. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jerry Hughes in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. After run, 7-0 on EA. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. That's into the hands of Tolbert. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Open man Lamb. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. C.D. Lamb, 77 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour. Brett Maher on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's finished off with a touchdown from C.D. Lamb. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. As we roll on here in the month of December, Week 14 coming up tonight. We got a good one in the AFC West. Get the parkas out, Kansas City and Denver from the frigid Empower Stadium at Mile High. And then tomorrow night you can turn those parkas in for some shorts, golf polos, and flip-flops. Monday Night Football in Arizona. Patriots, Cardinals, 8:15 Eastern. And Brate has it over the middle.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
3rd and short yardage, Mills. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
First down, Mills. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. After the sack on first down, Mills. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Texans on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Kick catch interference. Kicking.
And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. A first down carry by Elliott. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackle made by Rasheem Green. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Prescott. It's caught. Tolbert. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. 31 yards. And the Cowboys have moved out in front. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Marr now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 15-7 ball game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And the Texans set to come onto the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
On 2nd and 7, Mills, fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well. No one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. The Cowboys at 7-5 now in the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. That day they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Prescott. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Houston's offense taking over again as we eke closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mills now. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Mills. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 27. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. And that will be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From the 38, Prescott. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's 3rd. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Schultz. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin in the Motor City in NFC North battle. Detroit hosting Minnesota. And it's the Lions who hold on to the lead in that one. DeAndre Swift, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Najee Harris with a couple of touchdowns there. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there. Both teams making their final preparations for this second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 21. They'll get things started with a carry by Pierce. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Throwing, Mills. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Line of scrimmage, again to 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On second down, here's Pierce. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. Now Mills. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Hand off left side, Pierce. He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. First down, they go right back to Pierce. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. On 1st and 10, Mills. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Mills going to keep it on the option right. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Mills. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Howard. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out of the 6. They'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
A first down throw for Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is. to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Well, a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Mills. Being chased out left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So roughing the passer there, a big mistake defensively.
Yeah, and even though you've got a quarterback out of the pocket and the rules change downfield, that doesn't mean the same rules don't apply with the QB. Anything more than one step, they're going to throw a flag on you every time.
67 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. A handoff here to Ogunbowale. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave it with a third and about 3 to go. Get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. This offense so far on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here comes the Texans now. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Mills throw taken in there by Cooks. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. He gets this one to Johnson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Pierce now up the middle. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And they'll go right back to Pierce. And he's got room. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dameon Pierce, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receivers. He brings out this offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Malik Collins in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Hitting him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. He's at the 50. 30. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. Well, 203 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Another carry. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. They start on the ground with Elliott. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showing some tough running there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. To throw is Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's got Elliott. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. First down now, but that clock rolling. To throw, Prescott. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Inside give to Elliott. And he has the first down yardage before they bring it down right at the 45. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Prescott. It's caught. Tolbert. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 16. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And the Cowboys are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Here's Dak. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Defensively now, one more play to stop. What are they looking for?
You want to take away their #1 running option that you've scouted and take away their #1 receiver and see if someone else can beat you.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. One last shot now for Prescott. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, they came so close, Charles. They were knocking on the door in a one-possession game, but ultimately the defense held tough to get the victory.
And doesn't it feel like it just leaves them asking what could have been? So many moments when they could have had a big play to change the outcome of this game. And let's face it, none bigger than that final snap that just fell short.
So for Houston, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.